welcome to KBW's NXT and NXT UK review with your man, your boy, the greatest predictions champion in all of space and time. I am White Peppa. Alright guys, before I start, just want to thank everyone for watching in advance, and thank you for watching our shows, our pods, our channel in general, man. It's pretty cool. We want to keep kind of getting better. Just missed out on All Out tickets today. We were trying to really put our names on the map by being at All Out with a lot of other people, a lot of the other people in the community, because we're pretty new to the community. But this time it didn't happen. But there's always whatever pay-per-view they have next. We will continue to work on it until we get there. Also, please make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the like buttons. Smack the John. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna smack that subscribe button, smack that notifications bell. This way, whenever we put up a video, you're gonna know right away. You'll be the first to know. Because we got a few things coming out. We're trying to flood that channel. Okay, we want you guys to always be entertained. So there's always gonna be something going up. Whether Mr. Disrespectful's putting up his WWE Universe review, which, by the way, KB WrestleCast put it in the club section of that app, and that is our club. Come join us. Right now I believe we have 3 spots open. Last time I looked, 3 to 5, because if you ain't performing, we ain't one of them clubs. You need to be elite. So please join our KB WrestleCast club on WWE Universe and help us try to be the best club that we can be. Other than that, guys, let's start the review. So first off, we're gonna start with Io Shirai, Candice LeRae. They go up against Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir in a tag team match. Obviously, we know that Io Shirai has a huge issue right now with Shayna Baszler. It all stems from when Shayna Baszler stomped out Kairi Sane's elbow. Obviously, at that time they were the Sky Pirates, and it you know, you never saw Kairi Sane again in NXT after that. So Io Shirai was very furious about it, and she was infuriated to the point of, you know, that she's kind of lost it in the past few weeks, whether it's beating up what's her name with the kendo stick after TakeOver, to tonight, where this match is going pretty well. Now Io Shirai does get Jessamine Duke with that mean elbow, the same one that Shayna Baszler put on Kairi Sane not too long ago, and she stomped her out right with Baszler being on the ramp. After this happened, Baszler became irate, stormed the ring. All parties involved decided, well, it's time to throw down, and they threw it the hell down. Obviously, officials came out and security, all to get them together. They were able to gather up Jessamine Duke, Marina Shafir, and Candice LeRae. But meanwhile, Shayna Baszler and Io Shirai were going back and forth still, and they were brawling pretty hard. And like everybody says, the NXT universe was screaming, "Let them fight, let them fight," which is obvious. You should have let them fight. But basically what it led to is in 2 weeks' time on NXT, you will see Shayna Baszler defend her NXT Women's Championship against Io Shirai in a steel cage match. That is something definitely cool to look forward to. So I'm interested in seeing where that goes. Next up, we wound up having our submission match between Kushida and Philly's own Drew Gulak, the Philadelphia Stretcher. This match was pretty good, man. It was a cool match if you really like technical wrestling. Like, there wasn't a lot of brawling outside the ring and stuff like that. It was a very technical match between two guys who really know how to get down to just do ring work, and that was really cool. So I was actually it was a really good match. At the end of the day, Kushida wound up catching Gulak with the hoverboard. The hoverboard move was a hoverboard submission. And he taps. Traditional tap, nothing, and Gulak wound up, there was some cool at the end there. Mutual respect, as Gulak, even though he's been pretty salty about everything for a little while, he actually shook his hand and said, good match. And you could tell there was equal respect there. Gulak leaves the ring. Kushida kind of gives his bow to everyone, and we will continue to see. I loved Kushida in New Japan, and I just want to hope that they continue to kind of push him, but like they could push him a little better, I guess. As far as I'm concerned right now, I'm not like crazy excited with Kushida yet, and I've seen Kushida many times, but I feel like they still have time to kind of put him in a better spot, and I trust that NXT will. But like as of right now, it's a slow build for Kushida right now. For our main event, this was a very, NXT was very short to this week again. They're just kind of putting some things together. So we have the Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan against the Undisputed Era. As I said, this is where they start to really build new feuds. So Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan, this was a very good match. I think this went most of the second half. I think about 15-20 minute match. A lot of good back and forth between these two, and a rematch of two of the teams in the takeover match. At some point in the match here, after I believe Roderick Strong got a good backbreaker, I believe, on Lorcan, was it? Let me just give you a check here. Yeah, so it was a barrage of offense on Lorcan, pouncing and stretching out a Boston Brawler. When Lorcan ultimately tagged Burch, the pace then shifted again, and as he laid canvas, rattling powerbomb on O'Reilly, and then a crossface. But then here comes the Forgotten Son, the scariest dude I ever seen, Jackson Riker. Obviously, the only one who wasn't in the ladder match. He was like the Forgotten Son. He winds up just standing out there, and it distracted the Undisputed Era to no end. So it wound up that I think Oney Lorcan pushed Kyle O'Reilly into Roddy Strong. Roddy Strong falls out of the ring. O'Reilly goes backwards, gets rolled up for the win. Undisputed Era are ultimately pretty pissed off that Jackson Riker got involved. Jackson Riker, I think he speared a personnel. One of the security guys. He speared him like dead into the mat. So I don't know where this is going to go from here with the Undisputed Era and the Forgotten Sons. But I believe that is next up on the docket. So as of right now, we also have the Damian something or other. He's like a gothic fella. He will be making his debut next week on NXT. That's exciting. I always like when they do these cool vignettes for a couple weeks, kind of let you know, like this. Damian Priest is coming. He kind of like has that Gangrel feel, the old goth, listens to him kind of feel. Him as a band, not like listen to himself. But overall, again, it's great wrestling. NXT has great wrestling. The storylines are starting to build now, so it's something that in the coming weeks, this review will get much longer. It's just right now with the slow build, it's simple math. Bah, bah, bah. Oh, also there is a little video package by Vanessa Bourne and Aaliyah talking about how Mia Yim now believes she is the #1 contender for the women's NXT title, and they said that the head baddie in charge can't speak English, can't dress, so they bought her some books. They bought her a fashion Bible. They bought her English for Dummies and How to Speak English Level 1 to let her know they can maybe class her up so she isn't a lower. So I like the way Aaliyah and Vanessa Bourne go back and forth. I think that they have like that Iconics thing where the Iconics had in NXT. That it's just a very good team, and the wrestling is kind of second-handed right now. They're still both, a little bit fresh, but I think that you'll be able to get them going. And so I'm assuming somehow along the line, I guess, I don't know which one of them, but I could see this becoming a triple threat match at some point with probably Vanessa Bourne, Shayna Baszler, and Mia Yim. So that's all I have for NXT this week, guys. Please be sure again to subscribe and to hit the notifications bell so that you can get everything that comes. I will be back in a little bit with your NXT UK review. And if you like the shirt I'm wearing, guys, I'm wearing the white. If you want to be a fan of White Peppa and KBW, please DM us on there. We don't currently have it in store. We have an individual maker that will do it. But please, if you want them, let us know. We will gladly, probably be about $15. Be a $15 shirt, and you can purchase your own White Peppa shirt. There is new design on the way. Also, Mr. Disrespectful will be coming out with his first shirt. Like AEW, like the Elite, we would like to start as a t-shirt company. Because duh. I'm just kidding. But yeah, we're going to have shirts. We're going to have ones that say KBW on them. If you guys want them, man, we're really trying to get into this community. This is a cool community. Wrestling is I love the storytelling aspect and all these fun things that come with wrestling. So if you guys want one, please DM us. We will make it. Just you can Venmo us $15 and we will ship it for free. So anybody who wants one, let us know. And until then, guys, I will see you in a few for your NXT UK review. Until then, bye. I told you I'd be right back with your NXT UK review. Pinky's out. Alright, guys. Let's get into our NXT UK review. And we're starting with a little bit of Ginny and Jazzy Gabbert going against Zaya Brookside and Isla Dawn, my fault. This was a pretty much a beatdown, and Ginny kind of took the beating in the beginning there. Once Jazzy Gabbert gets in, she threw around Zaya Brookside like she didn't exist, and then Isla Dawn took the Dominator. And then, of course, Ginny, who is the leader and the mastermind behind everything, made Jazzy Gabbert tag her in so she can get the pin herself, even though Jazzy did all the work. So this is going to be kind of cool to see Jazzy kind of run through a lot of the NXT women's roster. I don't know where it's going to end. Like, who's going to be the woman to stop her. But it's exciting to look forward to. So that was a pretty quick, you don't even need to blink match. Ginny and Jazzy get the win. In between that, they start to announce some pretty fun stuff. So let me see here. Let me look at my notes. All right. So right now we have the first ever NXT UK Battle Royal for the women. And the winner is the number one contender for the women's title. So that is actually very exciting. Let me see. And now we have our second match of the night, which is Ilya Dragunov against Joseph Connors. I really like Dragunov. I think he has that very kind of like weird but unique kind of persona with the red eyes, and a lot of grunting, like, and he hits hard. Okay, it's like it's a real bruising style. You might think he's a bruiserweight. Just kidding. But so Connors is also another hitter. Like they're very hard hitting guys. So this was a nice little matchup, but at the end of the day, he hit him with that Tornado Moscow, which it's a unique move. It's almost like he just like a bullet, and he just fires himself. So Dragunov fires himself into like the chest and head area of Connors, and gets the 1, 2, 3. So that's 2-0 for Dragunov in NXT UK. Let's see what they bring about with him. Next up, we see our women's champion, and we all know the women's champ is talking about Kaylee Ray. So Toni Storm is interviewed about Kaylee Ray, and she says right now every woman on this roster wants the shiny, which is what she calls her belt. And she loves all the pressure that comes with her job. She loves the wild side. And she heard that Kaylee Ray, she said if Kaylee Ray wants some alone time with her, you'll know where to find me, Kaylee Ray. And nobody, and she means nobody, is getting shiny. And shiny will stay home, sweet home. So that's going to start revving up a little bit between Kaylee Ray and Toni Storm. Then we're going to get to our finale for the night, as this was a big one. This match was actually tremendous. So I think with about 22 minutes left in the show is when this match began. So we had Imperium, which is Walter, Marcel Barthel, and Fabian Eichner, going up against British Strong Style. I can almost do that, right? Like, which is Mustache Mountain, which is and the bruiserweight himself, Pete Dunne. So Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven, known as British Strong Style, as their crew. They're like the originators they're like the OGs when NXT UK is beginning, and kind of built that movement. Tyler Bate obviously was the first ever United Kingdom champion, and Pete Dunne actually won it off him, and it's been sitting there up until Walter just won it. It's so this is only the third champ that they've had. So this match goes about 20-something minutes. It was tremendous back and forth between all these guys. You have to love what they do. You really do. All of them are better than the next. And then we have a surprise. So the match the match is going back and forth, and a man starts walking down the ramp with a mask on his face and a hood, so you don't know who it is. Turns out it's former Sanity member Alexander Wolf. So he pulls the thing down, pulls it up, bang, Alexander Wolf. And what is he here for, and who is he here for? So Marcel Barthel is kind of like eyeballing him, like, what the hell are you doing here? And I believe it's Tyler Bate that he hits with it. And he comes in and hits a sit-down powerbomb. And when he hits his sit-down powerbomb, Tyler Bate with a powerbomb sit-down, heard around the world, and Barthel picks up the 3 count. Wolf then posed like that little fun pose they do. He posed with Imperium. So apparently that means that Alexander Wolf has now officially joined Imperium and has added to the, quote, absolute power. So Imperium is grown by a member now. We now have 4 members from Imperium. There is 4 members in Gallus, and only 3 members of British Strong Style. So I'd like to see if there's a chance they bring somebody else along to help British Strong Style, to see if there's a 4th member they can bring along to help defeat Walter and Imperium. So this is very exciting to see where this goes from here. The feud that they have going for the United Kingdom Championship is fantastic. I love every minute of it. So guys, there was nothing, they didn't book anything, there's anything crazy going on next week yet. All the tapings are up. I don't want to just give away everything, because then you guys ain't going to want to listen to me every week. But all the tapings are up for the next like 4 or 5 shows. So there's actually some really cool stuff coming up, both in NXT and NXT UK. There are, one thing I think I will tell you is the Tyler Breeze movement is real. You're starting to see a few people who got called up and Vince didn't do anything with coming back down, and I think they're just going to reinvent them from what they were. So I think he's going to try to reinvent who he is, or these guys. It's multiple members that are going to be doing that. So it's exciting, because these guys were wasted on the main roster, and to bring them back down and let NXT kind of build up that character again. So maybe if Vince decides to bring them back up again, he really understands like there's a character there already. All you have to do is let it work. So it's exciting. I don't think I have anything else. So again, guys, thanks for everything. Thanks for everything you guys have been doing. Thanks for listening, watching. Please just remember to hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications. And I guess then I will see you next week during the main roster review with Mr. Disrespectful. So until then, I am White Peppa, and this was your NXT review. Bye.